Hello there, good morning and welcome to my little arty creative corner of the internet. It's Monday, it's the 4th of October, it's Inktober, it's actually sunny out even though I keep getting very heavy rainfalls here in the valleys of South Wales. There's plenty of clouds heading this way I think, so we're in for another very wet damp day, but hey ho. It is autumn and I do live in Wales. So, I thought I'd do a look at what I've done for Inktober so far today. I was going to draw my Inktober drawing on video and I got most of the way through it and realised that I was mostly out of shot. I'm not very good at such things. Move my glasses Mo because they're in the way and something else. So this is my little A5 sketchbook. And I've shown plenty of these here. This was day 1 of Inktober, which is Lunar Flux. Lots of ideas, lovely tangle to work out variations of and to work with. And some of my favourites is this one I love. This one, a single one on its own. It's very similar to something else I've got, some seed pods and so on. I do like things that remind me of seed pods. And these sometimes remind me of seaweed as well, which is interesting. So I had fun doing that on Friday and some crystals were drawn because Friday's prompts were, what was that just called? Lunar Flux for the Inktober Tangle challenge and crystals for the official Inktober prompt list. So I combined the two, I'll show you. And this is, I'll show you. This is what I came up with for day 1, which is grungy and weird, and it's grown on me over the days as I, look away from it and so on. Day 2 was Naaki, yes. And I didn't do a tile for day 2 because I spent the day, the time in the day playing around with the Naaki tangle, which is this one, and seeing what else I could make of it, as well as combining it with the day 2 of Inktober, which was suit. And I chose to go with playing card suits because I knew I wanted little end thingies for some of these and to use them in the middle of motifs and perhaps to use them as part of the pattern. So this page is what I did on Saturday and I showed, and this is what I went on to do. Just move it that way so you can see. We are mostly in shots, it's fine. So I took this to put all 4 suits into one, and I've done borders with that Naaki, and then make you all drunk as I turn my sketchbook over. This is what I was mucking about with yesterday and today because, as I've said, it's an interesting tangle to work with. So many kinds of variations that can be done. Working in the round is interesting because you can end up with quite flowery shapes. And I also tried, instead of having these long U shapes, I tried changing the shapes of them and not always putting an ending bit on it. That was interesting. It's the same but different. And of course here I've added some colour and shadow, and I'm not quite sure about what I was doing with that one, but it's fine. Not all of them. This was interesting because there was enough space there for me to put really quite fiddly bits in there. I don't know if you can see like little spirals and so on. I like that idea. So yesterday was Dude, was the tangle pattern, and the prompt for the official list was Vessel. I'll talk about Vessel in a moment. So this is my page in my sketchbook of variations on Dude, and up here I tried some different shapes and ways of drawing them, sort of like putting them together as a dense tangle, googly eyes, little spirals. little curly up leafy things. I've got hearts here and triangles. I'm just trying different colours to see how it could work as a border, around a square, around a circle. And growing out of, well, I do like a bit of diva dance. Not that you can see. There we go. We'll have a look there. So diva dance was sort of like a hill it could grow out of. I used metallic pencils, coloured pencils here to add colour to these. Some gold gel pen, and in the middle here I tried drawing with a gold metallic pencil, and then I used the gold jelly roll, but the jelly roll that I could find, the gold metallic one, is acting a bit bizarrely. So I'm getting a sheen rather than lots of gold, so time for a new one or to change it. There was another one in my pot, but I can't find it now. It'll turn up, or many will. So that was Jude, and oh, this was another tangle I did for day 1, which is the Lunar Flux. Very soft, very delicate pinks, and I put hearts in the lunar buds, and added a clear glaze, and I used a white gel pen for some of the backgrounds. So I like that. So, you know, this gold ring here was really fun and interesting because when it catches the light and so on, it actually really lifts up off the top of it. So floating gold ring. So yesterday, it was only yesterday, day 3. This was the tile I created, which is a I've used all 3 of the tangles up to this point. So I've got Jude in the background, which has got these little spirals inside it. There's Naaki as the border, and instead of the orbs sitting inside this separation canyon between the different parts, I actually put it round on the outside and like little teardrops almost for a bit of change. And Lunar Flux, which is a different way of drawing it again, and used chalk pastels to colour it. So that's okay. The other thing I did yesterday was I spent a few hours doing some digital art, and because the prompt for Inktober was vessel, and I decided I wanted to draw a kind of jar or, you know, storage pot of some kind and decorate it with these. And if I can work it out, I'll put a picture here while I'm talking, possibly, or over the top. I don't know how to do this, but if you're interested in seeing it, you only need to pop to my social media and for yesterday, because it's there. So there's Jude, and then today's tangle is Whipdcreem, and this one is it's a pretty tangle. I like this one because I like tangles that are formed around sort of like these orbs, these circles, these beads, and have an S shape that go around, and then things that are done with it. You know, some of my favourite tangles are, is it Cadent that's based on this kind of idea, and Well, and some others. And it appears a lot in early Celtic art, so Iron Age art, Latine culture and so on. And it's fascinated me forever. And so things like this have appeared in my art before I discovered Zentangle as well. So, you know, it's a natural one for me. But then it wasn't that easy to play around with it and to get different variations. I realised one variation I haven't put here is by alternating the colours of these bits that come out and leaving a highlight in the middle, some sparkle as it were. But actually rearranging them or doing something more different with this loses the essence of it. I think this one is the furthest I've pushed it. And I've made it kind of crazy or in layers, and having them go one under another and pile up. It's all puffy, it's all stormy, like a stormy sea or stormy clouds, or I don't know, something's gone wrong in a bakery. And also what was interesting was over here is half of them, using half. It's a semi-whipped cream. And that then was easier to put into a circular form like a flower. Although there may be a tangle pattern that's just like that. I don't know. In a ring was easily enough, and it'd be easy enough to actually put, to put them in blocks almost, to use a square grid to put them in. This one went completely wrong. I completely forgot which way round I was doing things. But it's what brings this to life. What's interesting about this is adding colour and shadow. And I did add colour here. These, although I used drawing pencils, artist drawing pencils and drawing pencils from De La Rowney and Derwent, and a shader, not a shader, a blender pencil to blend the colours one into another and to blend them out a bit, as well as some highlights from white souffle pen, Sakura pen. But there are some shininess on there. I don't know if it's very subtle. That gel pen, that gold gel pen, has just added a slight bit of sheen to some of these. But you can see where I've varied them by adding pattern into these central areas where the whole pattern grows from. So that's an interesting thing. And obviously, I say obviously, by making it thicker, you could get different patterns in there or different things in there. This one I like, but I also like these. So that's that. And this is today's little tile and so on. I've made a god-awful mess of adding colour because I used the drawing pencils, and I really should know better by now and use the chalk pastels, which I did for some. But nevertheless, it's okay at a distance, and if you squint, possibly. The whipped cream's at the bottom. And I've got, in my colouring books and my other art, arches do feature a lot, rounded arches particularly, and it comes from my love of Romanesque architecture really. And they're lovely channels to put patterns into, and Romanesque architecture has loads and loads of different ones. And so it was sort of natural that I wanted to put something like this here to give a little bit of a break from this, and the dude, which I've done with the hearts. I've got whipped cream, Lunar Flux. I've put some Mooka in. This is a sort of like a weird variant on Crescent Moon, I suppose. And this one is Zip. Is it Zip? Goes up and down, back and forth. Possibly. Might be something else it's called. But apart from the colouring, I quite like this one, and it's growing on me as it grew. I didn't quite know how it was going to work out. But that's as far as I've got. So I thought you might like to see what I'm up to, even if I didn't manage to produce something where I was drawing exactly now. I need more sleep. running on empty almost again today, but there we are. So whatever else you do, find time to be creative, to lose yourself in something that gives you a break from everything that's going on in the world around us. Put the worries to one side, or the worries in your life to one side for a moment. And I'll just say thank you for joining me, and hope to see you back here again. Bye bye for now. Bye.